magical amount of time that the viewers will never get to know or hear. They just know that we're going live at some point. There's Trent's audio. Let's get that off. How we doing today, everyone? We are so fucking back. We're so back. I've been dead this week. You can still hear it. A little in my voice, a little nasally, all that great stuff. But we're back. We got MTTF on a goddamn Saturday. We here. We're feeling great. How we doing? How you doing, Trent? It's been since last week.
I am here, and you are here, and we are here. We are all together.
We are.
Feeling pretty crummy. I'm also sick. Everyone's sick.
They got me on the uptrend and got you on the slope.
Well, a little bit. I'm on like it's like a lingering like cough and like nose dripping, but not like sick. Maybe I don't know.
I was gonna say like my voice usually recovers faster than it did this week. And it just wasn't. By like Wednesday, I'm sitting there still just suffering, and I'm like, okay, something's up. Something ain't right.
Yeah.
Something was in fact not right. Yeah, something was lingering. There's been like a cold going around wherever I live. But man, we got a lot to get into. Firstly, I want to preface this whole thing, all right? What the hell did Indiana just do to Alabama, dude? Oh my god. It wasn't even. Go ahead.
I seen them whip the crap out of someone. That's all I can say.
Well, it wasn't even like Fernando Mendoza didn't even like. He played a good game, but like he wasn't going like gung ho or anything. Like the O-line won MVP of the game, which I think is cool as hell, by the way. But like, dog, Alabama ain't all that. The SEC had a bad weekend, man. Let's lead with that. The SEC had a god awful weekend. Of course, everyone in chat, don't forget to let me know your thoughts. Like the stream, all that fun jazz. Trent's almost to 200, by the way. Help him out as 7 more. There we go. So let's all right, I'm not gonna go digging too far into this, but dude, the SEC had such a bad weekend, except for Ole Miss. Ole Miss had a good weekend. But they beat Georgia in a pretty I forget what bowl game it was, but there was a hell of a lot going on in college football this weekend. I know Utah won the Las Vegas Bowl. I forget who they beat, but Utah State lost a bowl game. BYU, I'm pretty sure, lost a bowl game, which is funny because everyone saying they were the, honorary national championship winners, which I think is stupid. Because who the hell did BYU play this season? Anyways, got a lot of NFL stuff to get into today. A lot of it, we're kind of going to focus on the more important games because Week 18 is always such a shit show because you've got games that mean, like, the entirety of the world. Like, world peace is on this game's shoulders. And then you've got games where it's like, what are we doing here? And so we are going to lead off with a game that is more of the latter category. Panthers Buccaneers for the NFC South in a game that should alone decide what happens, but there is a little bit riding on it in a future game as well that we can kind of like bunch that in here. If the Panthers win, they outright win the division. Now, if the Bucs win, and I believe the Falcons lose, the Bucs get the division. But if the Falcons win and the Panthers lose, it doesn't matter. Panthers win a 3-way tie at 8-9 for the NFC South. It's bonkers. And this game, one of probably the 2 higher stakes games this weekend. The Panthers, coming out of last week, it just reinforces why I can't believe in them, man. Notably Bryce Young, man. It feels like the 8th or 9th time, like, ever for some reason where the guy just cannot even crack 70 passing yards, and I want so badly to believe in Bryce Young, but he just gives me nothing to believe in on a consistent basis. And that is true. And it's just like that. This game just feels like the mid-off for who wants to go get slaughtered to the Rams in the wild card, because it's like neither of these teams are really giving me a whole lot to work with here. Like, I like Carolina's defense. I like Rico Dowdle for what that's worth. I really, really like Tet McMillan. But on the flip side of that, too, it's like I cannot stand just the inconsistency from Bryce Young. Like, it's frustrating as a Broncos fan watching Bryce Young sometimes. And then on the Bucs side, it's like everything is just falling apart. Like, I don't like their defense. I think it's entirely collapsed, a la 70-20 Broncos. Maybe not that bad, but bad. Their offense, too, just can't seem to like find where they were earlier in the season, because the thing is too is like when I think of the Buccaneers, and I heard somebody else talking about this on, I want to say NFL Network or something, like I think of those early week Buccaneers that were fun, that were winning close games that you feel like they shouldn't have had any shot in, when Baker was in the MVP conversation for like the first 5 weeks of the year. Those are the Bucs I think of, but then I go look at their previous results and we just say this week after week. It's like they've lost, I want to say 7 of their last 8 or some some ungodly number. I don't know.
Sure.
I don't know.
I know they've been losing since October.
Yeah, like it's ever since the bye week. Ever since the bye week for Tampa, it's been bad. But I don't know, man. Maybe you can enlighten me here. What do you make of this? Like this is it. This is the South.
Well, if we're looking at a 62.5% chance that the Buccaneers win this ball game. We have a Baker Mayfield that's thrown for 3,490 yards, 25 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, and a Bryce Young that's thrown for 2,740 yards. Oh, hold on. And 21 touchdowns, 10 interception. Oh, hold on.
He's going to sneeze.
Sorry.
Bless you.
Yeah. Rico Dowdle has 1,000 yards. Rashad White is the Bucs' leading rusher. Take a look at Teteroa McMillan, who has 929 yards, has a chance to go over 1,000 as a rookie. I just don't know. Both teams are bad. They're
so mid.
I put the Panthers as a dark horse this year. I thought Tampa Bay was going to take a step back,
which they did.
I just don't follow their own. I mean, injuries really played a fact. You got your Todd Bowles.
I just don't think the Panthers took the leap that a lot of people wanted to see out of them.
No,
I think
the Saints, they're a lot better than they were last year.
Like, I think the Saints are going to win this division next year, but that's a conversation for later down the line. I mean, who do we got in this game, man? Like, Tampa's that, like, they're starting to get healthier, but even then, like, they've still looked so out of sync. Carolina can't get out of their own way. I'm
going to go Carolina. I have to.
You and I are. I think we're in agreement there. I don't like the way Tampa Bay's played this year, especially down the stretch. I think Carolina. I think we're gonna see good week Carolina before they go get pantsed in the wild card.
Pantsed, bullied, taken for their money,
wedgied, swirlied. They're gonna get put up on the flagpole by the Rams by their underpants. But I think they get to the wild card. I just don't have any faith in.
And Baker's banged up.
That is also true. I don't have faith in either of these teams, but I have less faith in the Buccaneers right now, the way they've been playing.
Same. I'm going Carolina. Just for my prediction.
Fair enough. All right. The next super duper crazy important game of the weekend here, Seattle, San Francisco this will probably decide the 1 seed. If you win, you get the bye. If you lose, you're playing on the road in the wild card. Actually, I think whoever loses this game goes to whoever wins the NFC South. So whichever NFC South team wants to get creamed by anybody in the NFC West, this is the game you're watching. San Fran's coming off a huge victory over the Bears. I mean, they shook off that early pick six remarkably well and then went on to... Both teams were just going blow for blow, but it was their defense that finally, I think, made what was the stand of the game, holding Chicago to a field goal in a tie ball game, and then going down to score a touchdown, take the lead, man. That was a hell of a game. And San Francisco, man, it feels like they've been pulling voodoo magic all season long. Just with all the injuries and everything, and now, like, you're kind of starting to get the boys back together. Fred Warner could come back in the playoffs, for God's sake. Like, there's a lot to like about both of these teams. On the Seattle side, obviously the concern is Sam Darnold. Big game. It's the same thing that got him basically flacked by everybody, just for not really showing up in the last two, couple of big games for Minnesota. So now you've got him in Seattle. Darnold's on a bit of a rough stretch right now. They're still winning games despite that. This Seattle defense is nuts, dude. I mean, what do you make of this, dude? Like, it just every game right now feels like a coin flip, and I love when the league is like this. But what do you got here?
This is literally a coin flip. Listen to this. A matchup predictor, 50.7 Seattle, 48.9 for the 49ers. This is a literal coin flip. The thing that I'm looking out for is Christian McCaffrey needs 110 yards to get the first two-time 1,000-yard receiver, 1,000-yard rusher.
Okay.
You're looking at your injuries. Kobe Bryant's doubtful. Ooh. Charles Cross is out for the Seahawks.
And those are big losses.
then their backup tackle is banged up, so they called up a third back. I forgot the guy's name, but they called up a third guy from the practice squad. 49ers are going to be cautious on who they start. Trent Williams is questionable. Upton Stout's questionable. George Kittle's questionable. Ricky Pearsall is questionable. These are all players that are going to contribute to the 49ers. It's a very even ball game, and especially with these injuries that are going on. I'm excited. I'm doing this Saturday night, 5:30. Not to plug to plug myself, I guess, because this is our show.
Yeah, self promo. It's our own show.
There's a reason why the Niners are called the Necromancers. The question is whether or not Darnold can play well. If Darnold plays well, Seattle takes it.
Mm-hmm.
But this is a prove-it game for Darnold.
It is.
And I'm gonna go Seattle.
Okay.
I think Darnold steps up, but there's a part of me that's like the 49ers can take this game if Darnold plays as poorly as he had the last 2 weeks.
See, you're kind of speaking my language here, because I just, like, from the, bird's eye historical perspective, I don't have a lot of faith in Sam Darnold in a game of this magnitude. It's the exact same situation from Minnesota last year, where it's win, you're the 1 seed, lose, you're the 5 seed, and you've got to go on the road to God knows where. Excuse me. It's the exact same setup, and while San Francisco, I don't think has been perfect, I think, I mean, really defensively, though, I still think Robert Saleh is doing a hell of a job with the pieces that he has. I think there's a couple of guys for the Niners that are starting to play better now that they've gotten this extended, thing of playtime. They're playing at home. I feel really, really good about this Niners offense. I think it's going to be kind of a gritty game. Brock Purdy has proven, to me at least, that the big games don't faze him. And like last week was a huge game, because that was another game where it's really like, hey, this is possibly for the 1 seed, and Brock Purdy showed up and showed out, and he's been doing it all season long. They've been getting it done with anybody this season, and I feel like they're in for another shootout. I just feel like, and you can flame me in the chat if I'm wrong, I just feel like the Niners are better built to win shootout type of games. And I really think some points are going to get put on the board here. I like San Fran in this. I just think they've done it more. And I have a lot more trust in them and in Brock Purdy than I do Sam Darnold at the end of the day. So that's what I'm gonna go with. I got San Francisco for this one. Ender was saying he was saying give him the Seahawks, and then he's we were jawing a bit about Bo Nix. I said, you keep your hooves off of Bo Nix, and he said, Mom said it's my turn with the MVP quarterback.
Let's see. There was one more thing that I was going to say. Stout, I think, only allows like a 59 completion percentage. So he's big for the 49ers.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Like I said, I definitely got San Fran in this one. They've been here, they've done this before. I don't love big game Sam Darnold. It's
him vanquishing the Rams did it for me, because he's historically bad against the Rams.
That's fair.
And if they need to lean on the run game a lot more than they do.
Absolutely, they need to. Listen, if Seattle pulls it out and Sam Darnold has even a decent game, you know what? I'll eat my words. I will happily eat my words on that one. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, and I'll own up to that. We got a game that's a little less on the important side, and the NFL agreed because it's Sunday at 11 a.m. my time. But there's still a little bit of credence to it. Houston's still going to be playing starters. Texans, Colts in Houston. A win for the Colts doesn't do anything for them, but it does give them a winning record on the year. They will be starting Riley Leonard in this game. Meanwhile, Houston, they're still playing for the AFC South, which they would need Jacksonville to somehow lose to Tennessee. all that aside, though, I am not gonna sugarcoat it. I mean, Houston, that defense is gonna make Riley Leonard's life a living hell. Like that kid, for right now, that Texans defense versus what has been a sputtering Indy offense, Phillip Rivers or not, it just hydrogen bomb, coughing baby. Or in this case, coughing 5th round rookie against Will McDonald, Daniil Hunter, Lassiter, who else? Stingley, like Jalen Petrie. Like, this Houston defense is a monster, and they're in the playoffs, and I think they're a team that a lot of people are overlooking for, a real shot at the Super Bowl here. And now if they go on the road, if they have to go on the road all their playoff games, that's going to be tough, but I think Houston's built to do it. I don't think they're going to be able to, or they're going to win the division just because Jacksonville basically gets a freebie against Tennessee. However, I do still think Houston's going to play, all their guys. I think they're still going to play really tough, and I could be wrong. I might have to go see if Houston's playing their starters, but I don't know, man. Just Houston's been killing it since the first couple of weeks, since that bumpy start, and whether or not their offense has been great, I mean, it's so hard to count them out just because of how great that defense is. Okay, I gotta focus here. Are the Texans resting their starters? No, Houston is not resting starters. I didn't think so, but I wanted to verify. I very much wanted to, yeah. Oh yeah, Rivers did retire again. He did retire again. Also, Sinbin in here. How we doing, buddy? Glad to see you in here.
Yeah. So we're asking me what's going on.
I mean, yeah. What are you feeling here? I mean, I've said my piece about this. I think Houston wins this game.
Well, since Rivers, sorry.
No, I like the Colts can't run the ball anyways. And now they're running into a buzzsaw that is the Houston defense. I think I've said that multiple times, but it's like, it's the only way I can characterize them.
Yeah. Sorry, Ender. Since Rivers is gone, I have hopped off the boat. I went down with Rivers, but I can't go down with Riley Leonard to win a game. Texans are going to win. As for the Jaguars, you know what? We'll get to them later.
Yeah.
Texans are going to win this game just based on the fact that their defense is really good. They're going to be 12-5. There's a chance they host a playoff game. CJ Stroud, I'm not sold on this year. Behind that awful offensive line, their run game is kind of iffy.
You got to remember, too, they lost Joe Mixon early in the year.
Yeah.
I don't think Mixon played a snap this year.
Yeah, I don't think so either. You had your Chubbs. You have an okay running back, and then you have Tank Dell, right? He's been on IR, right?
I can't remember who Tank Dell plays for some reason.
He's on the pup. He plays for the Texans. That's another weapon.
Right.
For,
okay. Yeah.
So obviously, I think the Texans are going to win. It's going to be, I think, a low-scoring game. I think like 17-20. That's not low scoring. That's like medium scoring.
Yeah, that's like average NFL game. I'm right there as well. It feels like Houston can't score more than 20 points, but I don't know if their defense is gonna let Indy score more than 10. I'm willing to say 20-10, Houston.
Yeah, I'm willing to say that.
All right, a couple of games here that I think we breeze over just because there's not a lot of implication here. Cleveland, Cincinnati. I mean, there is some importance here, and I think it's really nice for Myles Garrett that he gets to play the final game of the season as he goes for the sack record against Cincinnati. And just what's kind of been a rough O-line there for how long have we been saying this? It just... it's rinse and repeat year after year. Since he just does not have a good offensive line, Burrow played really well last week, though, against Arizona. I think Cleveland's defense is a lot better than Arizona's. Let's preface with that. But I think Cincinnati wins. I think Miles Garrett gets the sack record. I think everyone wins here. The Bengals get a feel-good win going into the offseason. Well, maybe not feel good because it means maybe more than optimal coaches keep their jobs. And Miles Garrett gets the sack record. He gets something to feel good about. If you're Cleveland, though, I think if you're Cleveland, all you want to see besides maybe the sack record is you want to see Shedeur Sanders put together just a good game to go out on the year, because I think he'll be competing for that starting job next season. I'm not saying it's his to lose, but I definitely think he's going to be competing for that. I think Dylan Gabriel is more or less out of the picture. I think we saw what he was this year, and it's a limited quarterback with not the biggest arm. And with Shedeur, I definitely think there's more to work with there. I think again, like, you just want to see growth out of Shedeur if you're a Cleveland fan. With that being said, though, I do think Cincinnati wins. I just don't think Cleveland has enough juice. And Jerry Jeudy, you are a Raider next season.
Alrighty. It's interesting to see that Shedeur Sanders has played less games than Dylan Gabriel.
I think so, yeah.
And he has more. He's like the leading passer on the team.
Really?
Yeah. 1,289 yards, 7 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. I do worry about Cleveland's defense without Schweisinger, who's on IR, leading tackler, 156. Miles Garrett, I want to say he gets the sack record, but the way he's been playing and the way people have been chipping him all night and all game, he might fall short.
The way I look at it, though, like, if Cleveland's going to be down and they're going to be in, like, constant passing situations, because I think there's Cleveland, there's about, like, 50 feet, and then I think there's Cincinnati. Like, I don't think either of these teams are all that good, but I think Cincinnati is way better than Cleveland for the most part.
They are. Miles Garrett, I want him to break the record, but there's a part of me that's just like, I don't think he gets it.
Yeah.
As for who's going to win, I mean, it's a no-brainer. Bengals are projected to win by like 80%. So, Bengals, I think they blow them out.
Yeah, but
and talking about Shedeur,
yeah,
if Stefanski stays, I don't think Shedeur starts next season. I think they draft a quarterback.
Probably,
stupidly.
Yeah.
Because Stefanski is not high on Shedeur at all.
He's not. Shedeur Sanders, you are not a Cleveland Brown next year. No, not really. Like I said, he'll probably be competing for that starting job, but I think he's got an uphill battle because I really do think Stefanski doesn't like him. I'm with you there. Since he wins, not particularly close. All that fun jazz. Let's move on. In a game that could potentially have implications here. We're not we'll touch on it here. Saints Falcons. The stipulation was that if the Falcons won out, it essentially locked Carolina as the NFC South winner no matter what happens in week 18 via some stupid three-way tie. They almost falconed against the Rams last week, but they pulled it together and won that game, and that was a game nobody thought they were going to win, us included. and they did. And now they get the Saints, who are weirdly red hot at the end of the year. Tyler Shuck is playing really good football, and he is doing it very quietly. Tyler Shuck is probably my, my breakout candidate. He is to me as Bryce Young was to Trent.
Yeah.
Tyler Shuck, he's my guy here. So in Atlanta, I think Atlanta's been putting together a couple of like some better football lately. I don't really know if it's going to be enough to save Raheem Morris's job per se. I don't think it should be, but they've still got a chance to come out here, at least, put together 8 wins. I think Kirk has been playing a bit better football lately. Bijan Robinson's been on a pretty solid tear. his last little bit as well. Atlanta's got some pieces. I just think they need a new coach. The Saints right now, like, I think this is the worst supporting cast they're gonna have around a quarterback for a while. Man, like I'm torn between like what I kind of want to happen and what I think will happen. Because if you ask me, I think New Orleans wins this game. I just think New Orleans is better coached. I think Tyler Shuck is a better quarterback right now than Kirk Cousins is. And I just, they have been playing much better football lately. Maybe, obviously, like, it hasn't been perfect. They're a 6-win team for a reason. But I still think the Saints are overachieving, and I think they're building some momentum into next season. For sure. I really like New Orleans here. Of course, if the Falcons do win, though, which I kind of want to happen, they would force that 3-way tie that no matter what would give Carolina the division here. But I don't know. What say you?
I am going to go with Atlanta, and there's one reason why. Chris Olave's out.
True.
That's like a lot of their receiving yards. Shuck,
who's like their second leading receiver? Probably Devon Bailey.
Yeah, 9 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. He takes care of the ball, but he also doesn't throw a lot of touchdowns. Atlanta, I actually think Cousins has been playing well enough. He's been playing pretty okay.
He's definitely been playing better this past little bit.
I think that the Rams are losing and they're broken and at the wrong time. Bijan Robinson came out and did what he was supposed to do. Kyle Pitts is questionable. Things like that. I don't
know. Johnson's been a really good receiver for him too, because he's second with 828 yards. Like, he's been a pretty solid target. Now, outside of that, Rashid Shaheed is still the third leading receiver on this team, and he hasn't been a Saint since Halloween, pretty much. And then so behind him it's Vele, Kamara, Cooks, who isn't even a Saint anymore. Like,
Kamara's not even playing.
Yeah, like, you were right in saying that Olave has basically been the whole offense there. I really like what Johnson's been doing there as well.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I don't know that we're gonna see, some big Devon Vele breakout game. Olave has quietly had a really good year.
Mm-hmm.
Like 100 catches, 1,100 yards, 9 touchdowns. Like, that's a damn good year.
I think Falcons beat a better team. I mean, if you look at their schedules from last week, the Tennessee Titans are not a good team.
No.
And they beat them handedly. I just think Falcons have they've beaten a better team, and they're going to ride that into. And they're at home.
Yeah, they are.
I think Atlanta wins.
It is in Atlanta. I vibe with it. All right. Packers Vikings out in Minnesota. Packers are resting starters, I believe. They can't get any higher than the 7, I don't think.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be backups. Malik Willis. I do like Malik Willis though. He's looked really good in relief this season. Is it gonna be Brosmer again for the Vikings, or are we finally gonna get JJ again?
JJ, Mr. 9.
Are we getting JJ McCarthy again? To be fair, I do think JJ McCarthy has been playing better ball since his concussion, whatever was going on. I don't know, man. This game's weird. And like I said, we're gonna kind of breeze over a lot of these games where like teams aren't really playing for much. I'm still willing to. I'm willing to throw the Vikings a bone here. I'm willing to put my trust in them against what should be a lot of Packers backups. I still think Malik Willis is gonna play a pretty. No, maybe I'm talking myself out of it. No, I renege on that statement. I actually really, really like Malik Willis. I think he's looked really well as a Packer. I do, yeah, you know what? No, I still think the Packers backups are better than Minnesota. I think Minnesota is almost in a Washington situation where it's like you don't really know what you have in what's been like a young injured QB, more so than Washington in that regard, but I think they've got an aging roster on defense. And I mean, like, Justin Jefferson hasn't been the same this year, and outside of that, I feel like McCarthy has kind of been working with twos for a lot of it outside of Jefferson, and you know, him and Jefferson for some reason just can't connect. So I'll take the Packers backups here. I think Green Bay gets to 10 wins.
I'm gonna go Minnesota. I like Minnesota's defense.
Oh, okay.
Wait, is Brosmer playing? Hold on. Wait a minute.
Is he actually playing? Update.
Hold on. I need to make sure who is out. Hold on, let's check. Who is playing Vikings?
McCarthy is starting.
Okay, I think they have a chance. You know what? I'm gonna go Vikings. I like their defense.
Okay.
Against the starters, and interestingly enough, had the Green Bay Packers not tied, they would have had the same record. So
true. I was gonna say they would. This would be for a playoff spot right now.
No, actually, because they have the same division record. They would have if the Vikings were to win. Okay, so hypothetically
speaking, we got 2 8-8 teams, or a 9-7 8-8 team here.
Yeah. If the Vikings would have won, they would still have a negative point differential.
Oh, and that would get them boned in the tiebreaker.
Yeah.
That's such a deep down the line tiebreaker, too. To have to go to point diff. Wasn't there... I remember watching a video about this. Wasn't there a season where the tiebreaker for a playoff spot came down to point differential? Hang on.
I don't know.
Ever come down to... Okay, hang on. I need to... I just want to see where it's been used. Has that ever been used? I don't know. Okay, I can't find anything fast enough. What or okay, maybe I've actually maybe I've found it. And this is a Reddit comment that I'm just reading on the Google page. Somebody mentioned 1980 Dallas Philly went to point difference. They needed to win by 18 to take the division. Okay, interesting. Okay, we'll figure these out down the line here.
We'll probably just
point aside.
2000. Sinman said 2000.
2000.
Yes.
Who was that?
Who was the team? Who were the teams?
Hang on. 2000 NFL teams. Hang on a minute, because now I'm interested. Sinbin, you got me going down the rabbit hole on a game that I didn't think we were going to spend this much time on. I want to say it was the NFC. I feel like it was an NFC team. But I could be wrong. So let's see. AFC, you had the Titans winning the Central, the Raiders winning the West, Dolphins winning the East, and then the Ravens, Broncos, and Colts were wild cards.
Let's see.
And then in the NFC, it was Giants, Vikings, Saints, Eagles, Bucks, Rams.
Let's look.
Packers and Carolina were scoring like crazy. Dallas won later that day, and it didn't matter. Ooh.
It was the Packers and the...
Or something like that. That's crazy, actually. All right.
Packers and Carolina. Oh, okay.
And those teams didn't even make the playoffs. I wonder if we were a year early. I don't know.
Might be in the 99 or 2001.
Yeah, we'll have to go look at this after the show because now I'm curious. But we do gotta kind of keep rolling here. Yeah, Titans, Jags. If Jacksonville loses and Houston wins, which I don't think is going to happen, I don't think Jacksonville is losing this game at all, unless I don't think they're resting starters either, just to keep a hold on the division. Well, actually, I mean, the Jags could hypothetically get the 1 seed. They need a lot to go right to get the 1 seed, but they still could get it. What would they even need? Just a Denver and a New England loss, I think, is what gets Jacksonville the 1st seed in the AFC, which I don't think is happening, but we'll get to that in a little bit. I think the Jaguars win. I think it's pretty handy. I think that defense has been playing out of its mind, and I saw it up close and personal. Trevor Lawrence is still playing ridiculous football. I really like what he's been doing. Travis Etienne as well has been playing really good ball. I just like what these Jaguars are doing, and I think there's an argument to be made that Jacksonville might be right now the most complete team in the AFC. I just think they're playing the best complementary football relative to everybody else. And I think that carries them far in the playoffs. I've got Jacksonville in this game. I don't think it's really that close. Jacksonville, I think, just wins this easy. I just don't think Cam Ward has enough around him to really give him a puncher's chance at this one.
Yeah. First, I'll say this: 1999 was the year.
It was 99. Okay, nice.
Yeah, 99 2000 is basically the same thing.
Oh, gotcha.
And I'm gonna plug someone who has the most ridiculous take in the NFL.
Oh boy.
My younger brother.
Oh
boy. Look at you. He told me that Trevor Lawrence was ass.
No.
And that he's going to fold in the Titans. He did it in a video. He made a video. Music City Air. Go troll him in the comments. He talks about the Titans of all things. He's he said that the Titans were going to win. That the Titans had a chance to win this game. I don't think they have a chance to win this game.
I think that's delusional.
He's a troll.
Oh my god.
The guy is a troll. He's basically like
Rage Baiter. Oh no.
That's who he is. Nah, I'm just playing.
Not Skip.
Or no, he's like Shannon Sharp too. Lakers survive. Type of thing.
Oh god.
And to be honest, I think Jaguars win this handedly.
I think they mop the floor with Tennessee.
Is this an early game or a late game?
Early game.
Early game. So they have to play their starter.
Yeah.
Like either way.
They'll be playing at the same time as Houston.
I think Cam Ward plays well enough. I hope so.
I think he does too. I like Cam Ward. I just don't think there's enough around him to give him a chance.
Yeah. So I had to plug my brother for being a foolish. But yeah, Jaguars win.
Yeah.
He does that.
All right, last morning window game. We made it. We made it to the end of what's usually the first segment of Red Zone. Cowboys Giants. Again, not a game with a lot of stakes here, but I think there's some more. I think there's more internal stakes for the Giants here because I think there's going to be a lot of evaluation here. I don't think they can get the 1 pick anymore with the win over the Raiders. There's probably some level of tiebreaker to that. They can. Would they get the tiebreaker over the Raiders by beating them or something for the
I think
first
if they
pick?
lose, I think if they lose and Raiders win, I don't know how that works.
I don't either. There's probably some weird voodoo draft tiebreakers that we're unaware of here. But I mean, for the Giants, again, like a lot of internal stakes. Like, are they going to stick with Jackson Dart? I think is a big thing with the chance to go get Fernando Mendoza, or are they going to, or would they use that hypothetical first pick to try and bait somebody into giving them a lot of draft capital down the line and pretty much mortgaging the future? Because I really think Mendoza goes number 1 here to one of these quarterback needy teams. It's just who's got a hold of the first overall pick and who's desperate enough to trade up for it. The Giants, I just think they're in a weird situation because, like, I really think Jackson Dart is really talented. I think there's a lot to work with there. I just don't particularly know that the Giants are all that convinced, especially with Dable being fired at this point, because that was kind of Dable's guy. And so where, I worry a little bit here with the Giants is like, if you're losing at the first overall pick, now there's conversations you got to have, because you got to ask yourself, are we convinced with Jackson Dart enough to not draft Fernando Mendoza and actually build around him? It's going to be interesting, man. Dallas, on the other hand, like I think they're a better team. I think Dak's still playing out of his mind. I don't know. Are the Cowboys resting starters?
I would hope not.
I doubt it, but you never know with some of these bad teams or mid teams even. They might be, actually.
I mean, they have a roster that's older, so
yeah,
it's not really needed for.
So I don't know. It's a thing from Yahoo Sports, because I'm not gonna go just right off of the Google AI here, but yeah, let's see. I think if they're healthy, we plan on playing them, is what Schottenheimer said. We're gonna play. You're gonna play Dak. If the guys are healthy, they can go. A little beat up. So okay, so I don't think they're gonna rest starters. They could, especially if they're winning by enough near the end of the game. Assuming Dallas is playing most of their starters, then I think they win this game. They're a better team right now. It's almost the same situation, I think, with Jackson Dart, where like he's good. I just don't know if he's got enough around him right now. And I don't even know that. Like, I feel like there's a universe where Jackson Dart is not the Giants quarterback next year, and they move to draft for Fernando Mendoza if they get that first overall pick. I'm just throwing some speculation out there, but it's entirely possible. If the front office is not convinced with Dart, we could see them go get their own guy. But yeah, what are you feeling here?
Well, it says here that the Giants have a 51% chance to win the game for some reason. I don't know what that means.
I wonder if they're hedging that Dallas is going to rest starters.
They could. Javonte Williams on IR. They lost Trevon Diggs, who's a liability. Malik Davis is out.
Right.
TJ Bass is out. Their secondary is depleted with Josh Butler questionable. Let's see. I think Jackson Dart will be the starter just because they gave up draft capital.
That's also fair.
For him.
They did trade up to get him.
I think they're going to be the number 2 pick, and they're probably going to. I would trade out, get some goodies.
I was going to say you can still get some good draft capital out of the second overall pick. Someone's going to be desperate enough to trade up.
Not the Bears this time.
Not the Bears.
Not the Bears. The Bears have been known to do that.
They have. Mitchell Pitsky. Sorry, had a mid quarterback.
Didn't they do that with like Justin Fields too?
I think they sat for Justin. I feel like they sat for DJ Justin
Moore.
Fields.
DJ Moore. They traded for DJ Moore, the number 1 overall pick for next year's draft.
Yeah, because that was to give because that got Carolina Bryce Young.
Yeah. So I think the Giants win. I'm gonna take the predictor.
You're gonna take the Giants?
No. Yeah, because Dallas's defense is bad.
That's fair.
I think Dart has a good game. The problem is like the Giants were cooking when they had Scatabo and everyone.
I think once they get Scatabo back next year, there's going to be... I think the Giants are going to be a lot of fun next year, assuming everyone stays healthy.
Yeah, and where Scatabo is next year. Because his leg is...
Dude, Scatabo was so much fun to watch this year. All right. Cards-Rams. First game of the 225 window. Rams are going to be trying to bounce back after a horrific loss to the Falcons last week where they almost had it. They almost forced the Falcons to Falcon again with the blocked field goal and then everything that came with that. And yet still they couldn't couldn't do it. They couldn't do it to the Falcons. Meanwhile, of course, you got a dead Arizona team. Not a lot going for them. They're pretty much on to the offseason on that. And Rams, I don't think, no, they cannot win the division. So they are, I think they're more or less locked into the 6, if I remember correctly.
I think there's hypothetically a way for them to get like 5th seed. I think it's if
San Fran loses, I think. If it would have to be San Francisco. Because let's see, because the Rams can't get to 13 wins. Seattle's already there. They would be 14 in this hypothetical scenario. So a Rams win, a Niners loss can get the Rams to the 5. I don't.
Yeah.
I mean, hell, this is probably one of the easier picks we're gonna have this week. The Rams are winning this. About 1,000%. Are they? Though. Yeah. God,
Because if the 49ers win this game, then there's no chance for them to get the. Right. It depends on tonight, I think.
Okay. Maybe I just need to pick. Maybe I just need to keep a tab open on the article here. We'll see who's resting starters.
I'm going Rams, barring them resting starters.
You're going the Rams, barring them resting starters?
Yeah, it depends on what happens tonight, but you want, as the Rams though, you do want to go in at least a win because they've lost 2 in a row.
Fair enough. Let's see. Rams are... McVay said the starters are playing.
Oh boy. Okay, Rams.
Starters are playing. Give me the Rams. Give me the Rams. They're just a better team, man. The better coaching, all that fun jazz. I don't think Jonathan Gannon is a head coach next year at all. And if he is, it's not for the Cardinals. Cardinals have just got to figure themselves out, man. Like Marvin Harrison Jr. is not playing in this one either. So that's a big loss of a weapon there. They're just in a bad spot right now. And Arizona, I just don't have anything there. Rams are winning. Should be pretty handy. They should be. I mean, they could probably rest some starters in the second half.
Yeah, it depends on when it's over.
Yeah.
But you never know. They've been on a 2-game skid, losing to a bad team.
That's true. Keep her pushing. Chiefs Raiders. Oh boy.
This one has
the number 1 pick implications. I mean, Chris Aludican and Geno Smith are sure gonna go at it.
Oh, they're not doing Oladukin?
That's what I'm saying. It's probably gonna be Oladukin and Geno.
Hadouken.
I mean, hell, dude, Raiders have nothing to play for. I think they are pretty openly tanking. No Crosby, no Bowers already. I mean, at this point, they just got to lose to get the first pick. I think they're gonna reset after the year. Like, I don't know if Pete Carroll is a Raider next year. Is he gonna want to sit through a rebuild at the age he's at? Like, I think we can wrap this up in a bow and say, Fernando Mendoza, you are a Las Vegas Raider next season.
Oh, poor guy.
Yeah, it's gonna be a hole to go to.
So Geno is out.
Geno's out.
Yeah, Kenny's taking the start. Bowers is on
Kenny,
IR.
Kitten, Mitten, Pickett.
I could see a world where Kansas City screws the Raiders out of the number 1 pick.
They could.
But I don't think so. The Raiders are just too bad.
I think there's some sentimental stuff that KC's playing for as well, because this could very well be Travis Kelce's final game.
Yeah.
Just in general. Like, this might be the game to send him off. I think they're going to try and make him look pretty good over that way. Oladukin's probably going to be, leaning on Kelsey quite a bit. They're probably going to let him sling the ball around a little more and just see what he actually has instead of really hampering him like they did against Denver on Christmas. I like KC in this game. I think the Raiders are just too bad to really find a way to redeem them out of this. And once again, that officially means Fernando Mendoza, you are a Las Vegas Raider.
Yeah, poor Fernando.
I wish you the best, Captain. Except against the Broncos.
It is true. Next game up.
It's yours. You got this one.
Oh, it's the Eagles.
Eagles commies.
We could probably just brush over this one because
Eagles are resting starters.
Eagles are resting starters. They don't care. Second seed, third seed. What's the difference? You still got a home playoff game. They won the Super Bowl as a second seed. I don't expect much. The other team is starting Josh Johnson, and the Eagles have a 72% chance of winning this game still, even with their backups.
True.
I'm going to go Eagles. I'm going to say Tanner McKee throws 3 touchdowns.
That's right. Tanner McKee is your backup, huh?
Mm-hmm.
What is he, like 6? He's, what, basically Brock Osweiler?
Basically. Oh, look. Let's see who's out for the Eagles.
Oh, boy.
Let's see. Philadelphia. Where are you at? Oh my gosh. They're really going to make us scroll all the way down?
Suffering.
Succotash.
Let me see if I can find Washington's injury report.
All right. So, that's the Jets. There's the Eagles. Lane Johnson's out. Jalen Phillips is out. Marcus Epps is out. Kobe Dallas is out. Miles Hinton's on injured reserve. They're actually going to start. I think they're going to pull their starters. I think they're going to start like a few and then just pull them early.
Get a few guys some preseason game type beat.
Yeah. I don't. Eagles win.
I can't even find Washington's injuries because, like, on the team page, like, it's just Philly's injury report and no one else's.
Here's Washington.
Yeah, here we go.
Laramie Tunsil's out. Marcus Mariota, Brandon Coleman, Tyler Bladas, whatever the heck, Jaden Daniels, obviously, Eddie Goldman, Sam Cosby, Jalen Lane, Javonte. Do they have like everyone on injured reserve?
Yeah, no Luke McCaffrey, and I think the joke with him was like he was just bound to catch like a 60-yard bomb and call it a day at the early part of the year. I think the Eagles win. Philly wins. I don't think there's a world where Washington wins this game. Oh, yeah, this is going to be... You are going to have a great time with this game.
I will not be streaming this game because I will be at work.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah, it's all right. I'll do tonight's game, and then I'll do Sunday night.
That's fair. All right, we got Quinn Ewers playing the Pats. Quinn Ewers and the Finns going to New England. New England playing for their chance at the 1 seed as well. They'll be playing at the same time as the Broncos are. And that 225 slot will be to that game in a few moments. But, I mean, hell, I don't think the Pats should not be resting starters. I mean, we'll verify.
I mean, are they playing at the same time? Yeah, they're playing.
Yeah, they're playing at 225. Yeah, they are not resting healthy starters. I don't think any of these good AFC teams that are fighting for the 1 seed are resting anybody. They shouldn't be. I just feel like the Pats are always susceptible to like a random loss to one of their like underlings in the AFC East. Like it's just always been that way. This is like the exact setup that I think gave Kansas City the 1 seed in 2018, I think, with the Miami Miracle, I think is what it was. Or 20, somewhere in there, before the turn of the decade. And I'm not saying it's going to happen here. I think New England's too good of a team right now, and I think Vrabel really has these guys like coached up, but I'm just saying it could happen. But New England's kind of been steamrolling what's been a bit of a weaker schedule here. Let's see if I can go find the previous meeting between these two teams just to give us a better gauge.
386 is their schedule, strength of schedule.
Really?
0.386.
0.386. I'm just trying to find the last time these two teams played each other. That's the Ravens. You know what? Maybe I should just Google this. Hang on a minute. Let's go.
You want me to talk about what I think?
Well, yeah, go ahead. I'm looking for all this real quick. Go ahead.
I don't trust the Patriots. I don't. Their strength of schedule has been just too bad for me to trust them. And I think the Dolphins are playing for pride. And I think Quinn Ewers might lead them to a win. I think that
You got that feeling?
Yeah, I do. I think that the Patriots need to prove it to me in a playoff scenario. Because they've only played the Bills as a playoff team, I would say. They lost to the Raiders.
I think they beat Tampa earlier in the year too, which it was borderline. It was earlier in the year before the Bucs had completely collapsed.
That is true. I think that's the only other team. They've only played two teams where they've beaten playoff teams.
Yeah. So here's what I will say. Okay, so last meeting between these two teams in Miami, 33-27, New England walked out. That was after their loss to the Raiders. So this is week 2. These are some very different teams right now. Like Drake May obviously was still there, but like Tua was still the starter. Tyreek Hill was still active and just kind of mopping guys up, obviously. I think the Finns have committed more to the run than they have since then, because it was Devon Achane getting 11 carries in this game. And that was it. I
rescind my pick.
You rescind your pick.
Devon Achane is out. He's doubtful.
Gotcha. I think either way, I just think a rookie quarterback having to go to Foxborough in December, it just does not feel like a recipe for success. I'm picking New England in this one. They're not resting starters. They're playing. I think they're playing a better quarterback right now, but I think they're playing what's going to be a worse team overall. Just because of all the injuries, like no Achane, no Tyreek Hill. Just in that regard, I like New England in this game. I don't think it's going to be enough for the 1 seed though, and we'll get to why not immediately. We've got one more game to touch on before mine, but let's. I mean, do you have anything else on this game? Like, what are you feeling?
I think Quinn Ewers plays well.
I think he does too. I have a weird amount of faith in Quinn Ewers.
So do I. He was like a number 1 high school prospect. It's just injuries tore him up.
I was gonna say, yeah, because I think we talked about this the week that he actually got named the starter. Like he was probably a higher round prospect if he doesn't have the injury baggage.
Yeah, that is what I am. It's exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah.
We got the Broncos next?
No, we got Lions-Bears in a game with a little bit of some playoff implication. Not really for the Lions, they've been eliminated, but for Chicago playing for a higher seed, winners of the NFC North. How we feeling about that, Chicago? Winners of
Dub
Hope. It's interesting. I don't think either teams are resting starters here either, because Chicago, I don't think they can get the 1 seed. I don't know, man. With that being said, they might be resting starters. I just need to keep a tab
they have the chance for Caleb Williams to get 4,000 yards. 300 yards 270 yards needed.
Okay, they are not resting players, by the way. They're playing for the 2 seed here, which I believe they can get with just a win, right? Because they would have a better outright record than Philadelphia would.
Mm-hmm. They're saying the Lions are winning.
They like Detroit? Really? Okay, to be fair, though, after their previous meeting, the Lions did kind of blow the doors off of the Bears. I think that was also week 2. So I could see where that's coming from. I think Chicago's a way different team than they were in week 2. I think Chicago's really found their identity over the back stretch of the year. And a lot of it has been, Caleb usually comes through in like super close games, that kind of thing. But at the same time, like the Bears have ran the hell out of the ball for the most part. And I think after, the loss they took to San Francisco, I think we're really going to see a lot of time of possession here for the Bears is really what they're going to be playing for in this one. I think they're going to run the piss out of the ball. I think they're going to be able to kind of have their way too with what is just an infinitely injured to shit Detroit defense. I mean, this Lions defense is fucking torn to ribbons, dude. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it here. Detroit's defense is fucked. With how many guys they've got on IR, Aiden Hutchinson doesn't really have a lot of help either in the pass rush, and I think that was kind of a big thing that Lions fans were a little upset about over the offseason was that they didn't go get another pass rusher, really, or like another premier guy to put across from Aiden Hutchinson. The way things are right now at the current moment, I think Chicago wins this. I just there's nothing on that Detroit defensive front that tells me Caleb Williams and Kyle Monangai can't, and DeAndre Swift really can't just walk all over what's been a doormat of a defense for the past month because of the injuries.
Yeah. I think Caleb Williams gets close to 4,000 yards, but he doesn't get it.
Damn.
I think he's gonna have like maybe 180, 200 yards. Maybe they sling it on the banged up secondary. I don't know. Oh, never mind. My camera.
Oh.
I just noticed my camera is like pointing at my screen over there.
Oh.
But that's all right. That's all right. I think Detroit's kind of pissed, but they're not good enough right now to beat the Bears. The Bears are a lot better. They could lose this game just for the fact that they had a heartbreaking, high scoring game.
Yeah, that's fair.
And it's a divisional game this week. I'll go Bears. I think Bears win.
I was gonna say, I just, with how different these teams are from week 2, I feel like you almost have to throw that first meeting completely out of the window. Just with where these teams are now. Like, Detroit was at full strength to start the year when they blew the doors off of Chicago. I think Chicago was still trying to find their identity a little bit. I just cannot put any realistic faith in what's been really an inconsistent Detroit offense this year against what is really been an opportunistic Bears defense. I don't think the Bears defense has been great outside of takeaways. But I really like Chicago, the matchup against, again, like a torn to shit defense. I've got the Bears.
I do too.
My game. Let's go. Third to last.
Oh, third to last. Oh.
Yeah, third to last.
My bad.
Nah, all good. Broncos Chargers. Broncos playing for the 1 seed, and they are getting a lot of help because the Chargers are resting some key starters. No Herbo. It's going to be Trey Lance starting this one. Couple other starters as well are going to be down. Omari and Hampton's not playing in this game. I don't think we've really got an update on somebody like Ladd McConkey. There's the Broncos will still be playing some of their starters, or some of the Chargers starters. Like I think Khalil Mack is still playing. Keenan Allen might still be playing as well. I think it's the guys that are really, really banged up for the Chargers are the guys that are going to get the rest. And again, Hampton, Herbert, those guys really need some rest here. They've kind of had some hell with the injury bug. Herbert's been playing through the broken hand. Hampton's had some issues this season as well. Broncos are playing their starters fully. And I really do think that these last couple of weeks, or really the Kansas City game too, if we're kind of going off of this week-to-week league, all that stuff, I liked what I saw for the most part from Denver's defense. I think for the most part they tackled better. Now there's still a couple of plays you can point at and be like, okay, what was that? Like the Brashad Smith touchdown. I think they did a poor job of tackling, and I think a lot of it too is like the Broncos just shot themselves in the foot, and that's what kept the game close. The Bo Nix interception, which granted is just a hell of a play by Nick Bolton. I mean, man, I might be setting myself up for a little bit of sadness here, but I really do think that the Broncos are going to get the Chargers monkey off of their back, asterisk as it is. I think Denver's going to come out. I don't think they're still going to show a whole lot like in the play call thing. I think Sean Payton's still playing the playoff long game with that one. But I think we're going to see the Broncos coming out pretty strong. It's a big game. The Broncos have showed up when it matters all year. And maybe a slight homer take. Maybe I'm putting too much faith in my team. But playing against what should be a good chunk of Chargers backups, I've got Denver winning this thing, man. I really do.
Are we talking to me?
Yeah. I was going to say, I stopped yapping.
Obviously, the Chargers are resting Herbert because there's nothing to play for. I think the Broncos go tee off on whoever starts. Is it Trey Lance?
It is Trey Lance.
Oh, they're gonna tee off on the poor guy. I think a few sacks, maybe like 4 sacks, 5 sacks. We're talking. I think Denver's just too good. Now, offensively, I'm kind of upset with them right now because it seems like when their defense is doing good, their offense takes a step back. When their offense is doing good, their defense takes a step back, which is good, I guess. You want a complete team, but it's not always the case. They're playing in Mile High. I think they win. I think Chargers win. I mean, not Chargers, Broncos win. And the playoffs go through Mile High.
Hell yeah. So the word from Harbaugh, and this came out Monday, a lot of starters are pretty much, or there'll be some situations, this is his quote, where some starters are going to be backups. They want to see how the rest of the week goes, all that stuff, which of course, we're a day away. They're probably on their way to Denver as we speak. But with them, out of division contention, I think at this point, I really think we don't see a lot of guys like I think they're going to have some of their starters that get a few snaps kind of as backups, as obviously Harbaugh stated himself. But I don't think the Chargers are really all that gung-ho on throwing their starters in to try and win a game that doesn't even do a whole lot for them. Because I don't think they can really get higher than the 6, barring some catastrophe around. But
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Broncos win. I just don't see a place where the Chargers win this game.
I got
at least right now.
I got you. All right, so our penultimate game, and it's one of the more meaningless ones. The Bills can't win the division, but they can cement themselves into a better wild card seed with a win against the Jets in Buffalo. Brady Cook is not cooking.
They are the jesters of the NFL.
They are.
Do you think they get a interception?
No.
No?
No, I do not, good sir.
I think I think they run the ball.
I think they're just going to ground pound and get out of there with a 27 to fucking 10 win or something like that.
If you're up enough, I think you.
If you're up enough, I think you pull the guys. I think you give. I think Trubisky is still Allen's backup, right? Do you give Trubisky kissing titties some snaps? I think you do if you're up by enough, and you're playing the Jets. I very much feel like I mean, I don't know. Maybe Buffalo is just resting starters.
I would hope not.
They can't win the division though. Is the thing.
No. This is like a later game, right? So.
Yeah, 2:25.
I think they just pulled their starters early.
The Bills are probably playing most of their guys. Allen's active.
Yeah. They have a 9% chance of losing.
Oh, geez. All right, yeah, all right. Buffalo's probably blowing the doors off of the Jets in the first half, and then Mitchell kissing titties Trubisky is going to... It will be time for Mitchell Trubisky to play football.
Yeah.
Yeah, Buffalo is winning this one. All right, final game. And we got the best for last, Trent. Best for last. At least what should hypothetically be the best for last. Ravens Steelers for the AFC North. No DK Metcalf for the Steelers. No Darnell Washington for the Steelers. And they're coming off of a game where they lost 6-13 to Cleveland, while the Ravens are coming off of a win against the Packers to keep their season alive. Lamar Jackson's going to be active.
Derrick Henry is playing Derrick Henry.
Oh, yeah. Oh, for sure. I don't know how I don't know how the rest of the environment feels about this. I think Baltimore is playing better football. I just don't know if they can really hit their ceiling with Lamar playing hurt right now. But I do think they're good enough to beat what's kind of been a little bit of a hapless Steeler team this last little bit. Again, the loss to the Browns. Aaron Rodgers doesn't really have anyone to throw to right now because I don't think Calvin Austin's really a number one receiver. There's a lot going against Pittsburgh here. They are at home. It is in Pittsburgh. But it just feels like Pittsburgh doesn't have enough firepower to rise to the occasion here. Previous matchup was just a couple of weeks ago, and I want to say that is one that Baltimore won. No, actually, no, it was, no, Pittsburgh won the last one in Baltimore, but these are very different teams. What I will say is I think for the most part, Aaron Rodgers is playing marginally better football than he was to start the year. But again, he doesn't have either of his top targets in Darnell Washington. So either the Steelers are forced to use Pat Freiermuth more, and that's probably their path to victory, or he's throwing to Calvin Austin and hating life. I don't think Pittsburgh has particularly ran the ball well all season. Their defense has not been great this year. This is set up for the Ravens to come back from starting the year 1-5 and winning the AFC North, a la 2011 Broncos. I think Baltimore gets it done. I think Derrick Henry is about to get like 30 carries for a second straight week, dog.
I hope not.
Well, I mean, at this point, at this point, you got nothing to lose for Baltimore. Like, you can't keep your best player corralled in a Week 18 gotta have it. Like, you've got to give Derrick Henry the football, and I think they're going to. That was the game plan going into last week, and that's more than likely the game plan here. That is their best player on offense. If you just hand Derrick Henry the ball and you ride your best player, I think that's a pretty good recipe for success, and I think Baltimore gets it.
Maybe a record-breaking Derrick Henry?
Perhaps?
300 rushing yards?
That'd be crazy. Because what is the record? It's like 263,
296.
isn't it? 296. That's right.
I would like to see that, but I'll give a little anecdote. My brother's gonna be hating watching this because our friend every week tells him, "Oh, the Titans lost." He's a Steelers fan.
Oh shit!
And my brother wants the Steelers to lose so badly, but I want Aaron Rodgers to make it into the playoffs.
You want A-Rod to get one more dance?
Yeah, I do. If this is his last season, I want to see him go out in the playoffs.
Do the Steelers have the firepower to get there, though? Because this might as well be the proto wild card round.
No, they don't. No DK.
No Darnell Washington.
No Darnell Washington.
Defense has been shaky. I don't even know if they're going to get TJ Watt back either.
I'm going to check.
I am already checking.
He's in.
He's in? All right.
I'm gonna take the Steelers for my little nostalgia heart.
They are at home as well. They are at home. So
they're not favored.
That stadium's gonna be rocking, dude.
Yeah. Marlon Humphrey's questionable. Rashad Bateman's questionable. Their Ravens defense isn't good either.
No.
But does Rodgers have a little magic left in him? Is the question. I'm hoping he does.
How turned can he get on the smelling salts?
I hope so. Go into your little cave, take the day and go into a cave and just do whatever you do, and go out there and play the game of your life.
There we go. I've got the Ravens. Trent has got the Steelers. Trent, what do you got coming out? You're streaming later tonight, aren't you?
Yes, I will be streaming the Niners, Seahawks, then the Ravens, Steelers tomorrow. Then we got the dumpster fire. We got a power rankings, obviously. We have the Eagles recap, maybe. Depends on maybe if I feel like doing it, probably. I have a Wednesday show that I do by myself. And then maybe a show where I talk about what each team that didn't make the playoffs needs to do to get into contention next year.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. How about you?
So, nothing today. I thought about doing, I don't know if you saw my post about it. I thought about doing the game night stream tonight that I was talking about and start doing like a bit of a game night thing like on the weekends. I think that'd be cool. So I don't know that we're gonna send that this week. That might be a next Friday night sort of deal after MTTF, unless we start doing this Saturdays. But
Saturday,
obviously, so Sunday we're gonna have the Broncos call. Monday we're actually gonna have the day after show. I'm not gonna be sick, and my voice isn't gonna be completely dead, and I'm not gonna be drained after work. So day after show coming out there as well. And then, depending on the result, it's going to be, playoff prep, kind of examining the Broncos overall. Like, okay, what do they need to do in the playoffs? So we might have a little bit of a breakdown video come on the bye week. And then, if the Broncos get the 1 seed, then I will be calling a wild card game. If they're in the wild card, that's going to be that weekend. So, but yeah, man. Always good to talk to you, man. Always good to do the show, man. I love doing this show with you. Go check out Trent. He is 7 subscribers away from 200. He's almost there. We gotta get the boy there. Gotta get him there. But yeah, once again, thank you everybody for just another great stream. It's always great to have everyone here. Trent, it's always great to see you, man. And yeah, that being said, that is going to do it on my end. Have yourselves a wonderful afternoon. Football, of course, is on later, so go watch football. I'll be watching some of the games as well. But yeah, we will see everyone in the next one. I will see you Sunday for the Broncos-Chargers game. Take care. Good afternoon, good evening, and good night.